Welcome to the collection, The Business of Bronzeville, by entrepreneur, author, art therapist, publisher, and novelist, Professor Turtel Onli. We hope you enjoy this collection of visual art that celebrates the vital, living legacy of the historic Bronzeville District of Chicago. Here is Professor Onli discussing the collection.
Okay, this one is for Julius Rosenwald, who built the Rosenwald housing development. And so the way these work is this would be a section from here. So the smaller, more detailed drawings are the source material for the panels, as I'm calling them. And the panels are making them sort of emblematic, like icons, like what you see in a college situation on a varsity jersey or a mascot or a banner. So I'm using that type of aesthetic, but I'm shifting the visual language. So this child here is coming up in a group during the Great Migration to all the potential of Bronzeville. So there's the sense of hope and all of that. And so all of these, in some way or another, relate to Bronzeville. Creativity, culture, commerce, and, a lot of other aspects of living and being a vibrant community. So this I'm particularly fond of. See how it looks real animated? Okay. And, there was a lot of music, but it was a lot of musical ideas as well. In a lot of ways, Bronzeville was the home of the development of gospel, a huge amount of jazz, rhythm and blues, even house music. So here's the drummer keeping the beat in the music and helping people keep their rhythm in life. So once again, you can see how the animated treatment of the drummer keeping the beats gets emphasized here with the hi-hat symbol and all that. So it's all good. Yeah, 10 panels. Kind of echoes a 20th century treatment of industrial color. Like if you think bicycles, Harley Davidsons, Thunderbird cars, Corvettes, like the color that gets used is part of the industrialization of color and pigment, and then different artists pick up the visual language. So myself, I got my start in Bronzeville at the DuSable Museum, the original museum, and also across the street at the Southside Community Arts Center. So, I knew and spent time with Dr. Margaret Burroughs and her husband Charles in terms of I spent 2 summers from 1970 and 1971 as a volunteer in the basement, doing tours with people. And I was, 18? I stopped by to visit. She was like, young fellow, some people are coming. I want you to go in the basement and talk to them. I don't even think I said my name, and back then, the culture was as such that when an older person said, young fellow, whatever came next, you were going to do. You were just ordained. So, I got my start there, and then she told me the Southside Community Arts Center was across the street. So, I went there, I met Herbert Nipson and the other board of directors, and proposed a few projects. When I was 18, turning 19, that summer, we did a language and culture enrichment project, and we had kids bussed over, and we had different people. We even had Phil Coran, the late great musician that was behind the formulation of the Association for the Advancement of Creative Musicians. But we did a lot of things there. So for me, this is kind of a coming home. Like I said, I got my start in Bronzeville, but in a lot of ways, I never left. I was still engaged with the Southside Community Arts Center when I launched the Black Age of Comics and the Black Age of Comics Convention. I did it in '93. February that year at the Southside Community Arts Center. So you might see a treatment in this, again, comic books. So all that's early 20th century Americana, and it subtly in the visual language merge the Americana that Bronzeville is, or the bronze that the Americana is. You know, it goes both ways.